Welcome back. Vice President Kamala Harris is getting mocked and criticized yet again for serving up another word salad, this time during an appearance with Jamaica's prime minister at the White House. It's just the latest instance of the vice president blurting out confusing or totally nonsensical responses.
We will assist Jamaica in COVID recovery by assisting in terms of the recovery efforts in Jamaica that have been essential to, I believe, what is necessary to strengthen not only the issue of public health, but also the economy.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
We are talking about the real possibility of war in Europe. So our position is for us very clear, which is as a leader, which we have been, bringing together the allies, working together around our collective and unified position.
I feel like I need a translator. Look, it would not be a Friday, Emily, if I did not bring for the couch a slow scroll. So, of course, yes, we are going to do a slow scroll, and this time it's going to be the vice president's resume, because I wanted to look up just how many roles she had. Many of them, 7 of the 9, Emily, were legal roles. Alameda County, CA, Deputy District Attorney, California Unemployment Insurance Appeal Board, California Medical Assistance Commission, San Francisco Assistant District Attorney, San Francisco DA, many of them, I should say, are legal roles. I would think you can put together a sentence if you held any one of these roles. So I come to you, our legal, to tell me.
I mean, this was like, it's like a permanent Bill and Ted's adventure, where it's like 7 years ago, and then it's just nonsense. And despite or in spite of a resume like that, she has had actually no accomplishments, no cohesive policy that she's adhered to, no robust team to speak of, no actually cohesive following that says we believe in her, we believe in her statements, we believe in her policy, because she has demonstrated commitment and leadership. Actually, it's been a dearth of all. It's been a continued disappointment as a lifelong Californian and now as an American citizen under her leadership, or lack thereof, as vice president.
Yes.
Roquefort.
Yeah, we'll have to get some music for that slow scroll. I don't know the
That's the salad dressing for the word salad.
Oh, there
finally,
you go.
yeah.
Kennedy, though,
yes.
you know, I would think the press secretary, I don't agree with the message, the Putin price hike, but, you know, the press secretary stays on message, the communications director who's been briefing this week, even the deputy press secretary stays on message. You know, Ron Klain, outside of his Twitter feed a few times, he pretty much stays on message. Why can't they rely on the number 2 in the chain of command to just stay on message?
Unfortunately, she does stay on message, but the message for her consists of 3 or 4 words that she just repeats. I got to volunteer my daughter's 3rd grade class, and when they had written book reviews for Where the Red Fern Grows, some of them hadn't read the book, and they would just go, "The red fern grows. Ferns grow. Some ferns are red, and this is where the red fern grows." And that's essentially what she does with pretty much anything. So, and I can tell she's looking down, so she's looking at something. So maybe she has to expand her words and come up with some juicy adjectives.
Well said, Kennedy. Look at this piece from Merrill Matthews. They ask, look, is Kamala Harris going to be the worst vice president in history? Writing, the U.S. Constitution, Piers, gives the vice president almost no duties to fail at, and yet she's failing. A vice president's only real job is to not embarrass the president and the administration. That's something Biden is able to do, and he often does, without any help from Harris.
Well, look, I have to be careful here because I'm not an American citizen, and I have a huge amount of respect for the United States and for the people who live here. So I will couch what I'm about to say with that as the background. But it is pretty perturbing that you have a president of the United States who can't remember what he's just said, and then walks back the walkbacks to things he said because he doesn't think he ever said them. And then you have a vice president who is literally incomprehensible. I mean, the longer the passage of time, to quote Kamala Harris, has gone on, that she's been vice president, the less comprehensible she becomes, to the extent where she looks like this weird, frightened rabbit in headlights, just spewing any random thought that comes into her head, even if it makes absolutely no sense to anybody at all. But let me remind you, she's one heartbeat away from being the leader of the free world. So we can laugh about this, but actually the inability of either the number 1 or 2 in America to make much sense when they speak aloud in public is a little bit disconcerting for the rest of the world.
Yeah, and Piers, they do it all with the little pocket cards with really basic things written on it. Alarming.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.